Hello and welcome to Frontrunner Motorsport. This week saw the release of footage for two future racing cars, the Peugeot 9X8 hypercar for the World Endurance Championship and the Ford Puma Hybrid, which we will see in the World Rally Championship. Now, I'm not actually going to compare them to each other as they are very different, but let's take a look at both cars and get excited for the future for a change. So remember to subscribe and let's begin.
Welcome to Frontrunner Motorsport.
Let's start with the Peugeot 9X8 hypercar, a car we will see race in the World Endurance Championship and at Le Mans in 2022, along with Bicole's Porsche and Ferrari, who we are still waiting on. Peugeot released an incredible video showing the new car and a lot of Peugeot's successful motorsport history, from classic era Le Mans, rallying and recent sports car successes. Although no touring cars. A shame. I'd love the video even more if Patrick Watts spun into view at some point. So to keep this simple, the car looks fantastic and we only have to wait till next year, which is very exciting. They've announced some drivers, a few ex-F1 stars in Jean-Eric Vergne, Paul de Resta and Kevin Magnussen, with sports car experts Loic Duval, Mikel Jensen and Gustavo Menezes. Can they beat Toyota? Hard to say. This car has no rear wing, which is interesting, but it has a massive rear diffuser. But Toyota have had a year of racing to gather data from for 2022, so I'd still say advantage Toyota. But given Peugeot are a successful Le Mans marquee, I'd say they'll be at the front at some point in the future. On the flip side, we have Ford and the launch of next year's Puma Hybrid WRC car, which we got to see in action at Goodwood. Apart from this testing livery which hurts the eyes by design, it is a really good looking rally car. An interesting choice to jack in the Fiesta for the larger Puma, but Ford need a change as they are currently way behind WRC rivals Toyota and Hyundai, neither of which have announced much about their 2022 cars. Hyundai's i20N has been seen in testing in camouflage colours and will seemingly look quite similar to this year's car. I think this is a bit of a wild move from Ford, but with new regulations that require hybrid cars from 2022 onwards, why not go for it? We haven't seen a Ford win since Sebastian Ogier won in Wales back in 2018, and honestly Gus Greensmith and Teemu Suninen haven't really looked like challenging the front runners at any point in 2021. So as a new era begins, maybe there'll be new hope around Ford to ascend back to the top. They are the second most successful manufacturer behind Citroën with 91 rally wins, to the French manufacturer's 102. I'd love to see the Ford Puma take more wins for Ford and M Sport in 2022. Just to cover a few other bits of news, the Australian Grand Prix has been cancelled for the second year in a row for the same reason as last year. It's a shame because I really miss Albert Park. Australia really deserves to be on the calendar. There are so many great moments from F1 history that have happened there. No news yet on a replacement, but as we have 22 races still on the calendar, I don't really think they need to find one. If they really want to, well, the round before is in South America, so why not bring back the Argentina Grand Prix? We haven't been to Buenos Aires since 1998, and it'll be fun to go back. Or we could go to the Middle East. Maybe bring back the short Sakir circuit that saw Sergio Perez take his first ever career win in Formula 1. But do not have a second Bahrain round on the normal track, and don't do 2 races at Yas Marinas. These are boring tracks, and we just don't need it. Formula E has done slightly better, announcing not only a return for the China E-Prix in 2022, but also South Korea and South Africa also. It'll be the first FIA World Single-Seater Championship race in South Africa since the 1993 South African Grand Prix at Kyalami, won by Alan Prost, with Mark Blundell somehow getting on the podium. It helped, only 5 cars made it to the finish line. Wait, that race sounds exciting. Can we get Kyalami on the calendar to replace Australia? Probably not. The Formula E calendar does look interesting with a round at Bathurst, if it doesn't get cancelled, and Vancouver. 16 races in total, it looks very exciting and I can't wait to get my predictions horribly wrong. How about Buemi for champion in 2022? So that is just a look at some of the news to come out this week. Some of it really good, some of it not so good. But what do you think? Are you excited for the Peugeot hypercar or the Ford Puma WRC car? What do you think they'll look like in racing livery? How do you think they'll do on the track? Leave your comments down below, leave a like and share the video, subscribe to the channel. We cover all the motorsport news and interesting things that happen, and a lot of other random motorsport themed bits and bobs. Thank you for watching, and have a good one.